The problem started way back in 1948 itself, where the government of Pakistan, that is West Pakistan, was dominating. So they wanted to go for a formula called one nation, one language policy. Mr. Mujibur Rahman, yes, he started big protests, he was arrested, and later lot of students joined the protest. And finally, yes, government of India helped. At that time, Madam Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister. Students started protesting here in Bangladesh. Now protest started, but it was quite peaceful only. Hi everyone, I am Jebasingh, the Director of Officers IAS Academy. Bangladesh is seeing historic protests by students. More than 100 students have been killed. The jails have been broken. The national channel, the equivalent of our Doordarshan, that has been burnt. Now it's full of anti-government demonstration. It all started with anti-reservation protests. What is the reason? What is that reservation? Is it equivalent of our country's reservation? What is the root cause? All these things we'll see in this video. Students protesting against a particular issue is not new to Bangladesh. In fact, August 14, 1947, East Pakistan and West Pakistan, they got independence. Now, the next day, August 15th, we got independence. The problem started way back in 1948 itself, where the government of Pakistan, that is West Pakistan, was dominating. So they wanted to go for a formula called one nation, one language policy. Basically, the local East Pakistanis, that is the Bangladesh, those days it was called East Pakistan, Bengali people. So the Bengali language, now it should not be used in the government thing, only Urdu. So one nation means to unify, we should have one language only. That was the government's policy. Now strike started. In fact, it started in 1952 against this one language, one nation policy. Now it started in Dhaka University. Many students were killed, many protesters were killed. Then once students were killed, protests all over Bangladesh. Then East Pakistan spread. So from the West Pakistan, the army, somehow they tried to suppress, but that is the reason later they say, historians say, the 1971 independence Bangladesh, that independent Bangladesh was born because of this very issue which started somewhere in 1952 by students. Later the government withdrew that order in 1956. Once in 1971, yes, so many issues happened. The root cause was that one language policy. Many other issues started. Finally, at that time also, students joined protest in large numbers. In fact, from West Pakistan, the army, the paramilitary forces unleashed violence, they say, against student protesters. Many lady students, they were raped. So many atrocities were committed. At that time, the leader of East Pakistan, Awami League party was ruling there. So Awami League's leader was Mr. Mujibur Rahman. He is the father of the present Prime Minister, Madam Sheikh Hasina. So Mr. Mujibur Rahman, yes, he started big protests, he was arrested, and later lot of students joined the protest. And finally, yes, government of India helped. At that time, Madam Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister from our end. So our army walked in, and finally Bangladesh was born. So student protests are not new to Bangladesh. In fact, in 2018, in the month of July, August, a lot of protests were there. It started where two high school students, they were killed because of one reckless driving by one bus driver. Now, so students made a big protest telling that yes, unlicensed drivers are operating. Also, the roads are not in proper condition. So it became a big protest. Finally, government had to change a lot of policies. Now, what is the present problem? The present problem, that reservation, in fact, is going on since long. And in 2018, January, protests were in a big way. What exactly is that reservation? The reservation is 30% will go, 30% of government jobs will go to the freedom fighters' children and grandchildren. Freedom fighters are the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, whoever participated. Now, why students are protesting? Reason is the students feel that the government, today's government is by Awami League. So, Awami League party workers are going to get employment through this channel. So, the protest started in somewhere in 2018 in a big way. So, they were demanding that, see, this 30% reservation should be dropped. In fact, there is a reservation of 30%. In addition, 10% for women, 1% for physically challenged, and another for the indigenous people. So, equivalent of our OBC, SC, ST, equivalent of that. So, students are telling indigenous, let it continue. However, this 30% you should remove because Awami League party workers, they are going to benefit out of it. So, the protests were going on almost for 7 months. Finally, in October 2018, the then government, what they did, they passed one government resolution. In that they told, see, the class 1 and class 2, equivalent of group A, group B. Now, that no more that 30% reservation. However, class 3 and class 4, group C, group D, for them the 30% quota will be there. In case if suitable candidates are not there, that will go to the merit. So, somehow students were pacified. So, from 2018, yes, October, there were no more protests on this issue. Why students have to protest now? On 5th June 2024, that is this year, High Court there passed an order telling that this particular order of October 2018, which declared that there won't be any quota, reservation quota for freedom fighters children and grandchildren for group A and group B posts. Now that is null and void. So immediately students started protesting here in Bangladesh. Now protest started, but it was quite peaceful only. In fact, the Supreme Court has stayed that order of High Court, meaning that for 4 weeks there will be status quo. Means that particular group A, group B post reservation for freedom fighters children and grandchildren will not be there. However, it is a temporary stay only. So now students are telling the government should solve this. Now, but it was going on peacefully. However, why it turned so much violent? Because Madam Sheikh Hasina, who is the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, she told once that these protesters are rasakars. Now, what is the meaning of this word rasakar? Why the students got so much agitated hearing that word? After that only, the protest turned so much violent. Now, even if you observe these protests in televisions, you can hear the students chanting, that is these protesters chanting, Tuike, Amike, Rasakar, Rasakar, Ke boleche, Sairachar, Sairachar. Now what exactly? Tuike, Amike means who are you? Who am I? Rasakar, Rasakar. Yes, we are Rasakars only. Ke boleche, who is telling that? The Sairachar, Sairachar. The autocrat is telling that. Now, Sairachar means autocrat. Now, why they are telling, no, yes, we are Rasakar only, that autocrat is telling us. Now, all the reason is that word Rasakar is in 1971, when Bangladesh Liberation War was going on. The West Pakistan army was helped by a local volunteer unit, around 50,000 people. They were called as Rasakars. Now, it was like a paramilitary. Basically, they were helping out the West Pakistan people. These Rasakars, they were all Bangladeshis. Means those days it was East Pakistan, Bengalis only. But they were only telling the hideouts of the Bangladesh liberation people or freedom fighters. So, Rasakar is some very offensive word. If someone will backstab you, then they can use the word Rasakar. So, moment Madam Sheikh Hasina told they are all Rasakars, then they got so much agitated. So, it has turned so violent now. One more thing which has added fuel to the fire is, once the protest started, it was going on peacefully, then the Chhatra League, now they joined. See, what is Chhatra League? Chhatra means students. Chhatra League is the Awami League party student wing. Now, they went and attacked the protesting students in support of that policy. So, it became so violent. Now, it has gone. Madam Sheikh Hasina has cancelled a trip, foreign trip. She was supposed to go to Spain and Brazil, and all over there is full of curfew has been imposed across Bangladesh. It's not only in Dhaka, everywhere. Yes, jail has been broken, inmates have escaped, the students have set fire on the equivalent of our Doordarshan, their state channel. So everything, there is so much lawlessness going on in Bangladesh. What is the international reaction? Now the international reaction is, yes, government of India has started evacuating our lot of Indian students there. In fact, we are also helping out students from Nepal, Bhutan. Yes, we are giving the transit. Now, most important is we have to evacuate the students immediately. Reason is this particular thing, whatever going on now, there is also some anti-India feeling. Now, if you would have observed few months before, there were protests telling that we'll boycott India, Indian goods. Why? Reason is, see, if you see, Madam Sheikh Hasina is the longest serving Prime Minister of Bangladesh. From 2009, she is continuously in power. In fact, 1996, first she became the Prime Minister, and from 2009 continuously. Why? Because basically, there people feel that there is no opposition. The opposition, Bangladeshi National Party, that time earlier it was Madam Begum Khalida Zia. Now she was ruling that. Now she is of the view that, see, once elections have to happen, an independent neutral government should be only in power. Otherwise, the government, incumbent government in power will try to misuse the official machinery. So she wanted, in fact the opposition Bangladeshi National Party wanted a neutral machinery. But moment Madam Sheikh Hasina didn't accept it, they didn't participate in the election. In fact, the 2014 election, that time also they didn't participate. So in order to gain some international recognition, what the present government did, they told Awami League, whomever we are giving tickets, you contest. Whoever not getting tickets, you become like opposition. So that to get some, as if it was one election is going on normally. In fact, the opposition voices have been throttled. That's what commoners feel. In fact, the recent election, this January 2024, Bangladesh national election, yes, opposition BNP, Bangladesh National Party, didn't contest. They all wanted a neutral government. In fact, when Madam Sheikh Hasina came to power, at that time who was in power? Yes, Begum Khalida Zia, Bangladesh National Party leader. She was in power. So she went, when Madam Sheikh Hasina demanded for a neutral government during election time, yes, it was made. So now their demand is, you should also do that, but she is not ready. So without the support of government of India, how she can continue? In fact, countries like India, they feel is strongly supporting Madam Sheikh Hasina's government. Because of that, they are able to continue. Because USA, UK, they all pressurized Madam Sheikh Hasina to go for a neutral government, to step down, have a caretaker government, so that elections are conducted impartially, neutrally. However, yes, officially we also supported. We told, no, we should not, no one should intervene in Bangladesh national election. So indirectly we were supporting. So that is the reason that anti-India protests were there, boycott India few months before. Now, yes, this particular issue, now they have started telling the autocrat should resign also. Earlier it was telling anti-reservation, that particular thing should be dropped, but now they have gone to the next step, the government should resign. Madam Sheikh Hasina should step down. Now whatever it is, it should not turn into anti-India protest. So what I feel is, as soon as possible, whoever Indians, they should be safely, lot of students are there, they should be evacuated. And in my view, these protests will continue for some more time, because the students there, they are known for protests, and they have achieved right from 1952, the first protest, always, yes, they have, through their protest only, this very Bangladesh itself was born. So in this video, we have analyzed what are the reasons behind the recent protests, nationwide protests going on in Bangladesh. You can, if you have any doubt, you can post it in the comment. I'll try to clarify. We'll keep meeting through this channel. Thank you from Israel Jebasingh, the Director of Officers IAS Academy.